Hey, Sunshine Monie with the affirmations to enjoy your day with Sunshine Monie. You are listening to chakra music. I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls that drift in indigo. I made some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel tension. I'm remixing declensions before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Write Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that cause to the vexes. I applaud the protectors, I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Ain't not seven profit, move like the full winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school. So I move with a vibe slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses and faces on public is real frisky. Touche.
You are listening to chakra music.
Mask off.
Peace, peace, y'all.
This is for the gentrified. This is for the Papalekba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out, Papalekba, Yeshua, Ilegua, Yeshua, because this is our land. Yes, we was here first. They came here on a boat. They'll leave here in a hearse. They'll leave here through the dirt. They're going through the earth. We're channeling the ancestors to undo their hurt. Because once upon a time, we all could read and write. That legalese is lies. Strong men felt cursive ties. Strong men all caps despise. They gentrified our lives. We've redefined their sights. We've redefined their time. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they voodoo music. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Yes, this shit is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? Play their game, but by our rules. I'm Queen Annie the Maroon. I am Queen of Dongo. I am Queen of Zinga. I am Yanaga. I'm Carlotta and Vermina. Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? Cause I am a goddess. I am a priestess. I chant these mantras and they all repeat it. If we make a promise, this land we gon' seize it. Get vengeance for Mother Earth treason. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. Repetition of empires. Invading land with gunfire. Slavery not hostess for higher income, not what you desire. Outcome working jobs for hours. Mindset waiting to retire. Never stop working for dollars. Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Which ancestor you gon' choose? When you chant, they gonna lose. Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Which ancestor we gon' choose? When we chant, they gonna lose. I shake, spirit guys come in with that sin. My ancestors defend. They got that juice to transcend. I shake, spirit guys come in with that sin. My ancestors, I got that juice to transcend. Cause I am a Santa, I am a Santa, I am a host, I am a Lord, I am a Tamba. Yes, I am a music. This shit here is hoodoo music. When we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor we gon' choose? Hey, choose. Cause when we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor we gon' choose?
That's my favorite joint to perform.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Look, I'm telling you, I be trying my best to come up with the best motivational, inspirational, masterful introductions, but she just be introducing herself. You understand what I'm saying? How do you introduce the introduction and the grand finale? How do you articulate? How do you properly describe the indescribable, the undeniable, the willing, the capable, and all-powerful mastermind, the astronomical Monie, L in the building, the less nobodies who speaks to our celestial and terrestrial bodies, aligning our chakras and our points past the pain to our membranes. Okay, she in the building, yo. Virgo Virgin Talks on Caesar the Sun podcast on Less Nobody's own Sunshine Monie.
Hey, I still get the best intro.
The gentrifier juju or the gentrifier juju. Okay. Peace, Scott. How you?
I feel good. I feel good. I've been going inward, doing some internal work. That's all.
The moon in Pisces. What's up? Let's start there.
Whew, the moon in Pisces, Lord. This moon in Pisces, it's funny because like whenever like a moon is in Pisces or whatever, it's always a moment where I'm talking to somebody, and as I'm talking, I'm getting like what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm like, oh shit. So I had one of those this morning. So now I got something else to write about in my diary and shit. But you know, the moon has been near like all the retrograde planets. You know, that full moon we just had, the moon was by Pluto and Capricorn. So definitely like transformations to the authority energy in our plane. And so the moon right now is next to Saturn, because Saturn is in Pisces right now in the zodiac realms of things. If it's not next to Saturn tonight, it'll definitely be near Saturn tomorrow, because you know the tropical and the Vedic are separate. Oh, okay, Pisces moon. Let's talk about it. So this is the revelation I had, right? So there was a goddess that was talking about the book of Timothy in the Bible, right? And I've been getting into the whole biblical part of sovereignty and shit like that. So she was saying how it's a verse. I don't quote me. I'm not a Bible quoter. I'm not one of them. But it is a verse in there where they like, if you say something with all your might and all your heart, you know, that's like the abracadabra, right? So the ayin amasa is the difference. Oh, he got me up here by myself. Okay. The ayin amasa is the difference between the tropical and the Vedic chart, right? That's 23.5, kind of 24 degrees apart. Now, tropical is your mind and your heart is the Vedic chart. So there's like a 24 degree difference between our mind and our heart as a collective. And it shows, right? Because like y'all be just doing stuff y'all mind tell y'all to do. Everybody indoctrinated heavily. So everybody got these corporations indoctrinated in their mind. All these corporations is in everybody's root chakras, and it started at the birth certificate and the social security card generations ago, like the first ones, the terra nullius laws and shit. Your body is also under terra nullius laws too. Divine alignment, because I did not know about terra nullius until I started researching to make sure nobody else named anything the same name that I was trying to name the land. But that was so crazy learning about the history of terra nullius. Look it up, y'all. It's wild. So, you know,
as a collective, we have to make that decision. And I know it's going to be triggering to a lot of people. And yes, when you were born, you're still going to be a Leo, but being present as a collective, we have to make the decision to like turn the clock on the tropical zodiac. It'll help align our thoughts and our hearts. And if you notice, the charts have been aligning with the draconic charts because we're now in alignment with the North Node being Aries and the South Node being Libra. And Pluto is square the nodes. So it's creating a sense of hardship. However, transformation is happening, extreme transformation, because, Pluto is an extremist with the creations that, it creates or whatever. Because, the 8 is the number of death and rebirth or whatever. So, like, collectively, we have to make a decision to turn the tropical zodiac, because tropical zodiac is just thought. We thought that shit up. We thought the 360-degree circle. We thought the 30-degree line. We think about that shit. So if we just dial it back as a collective and let it align with the Vedic chart, our hearts and minds will be alignment collectively. So instead of y'all walking around thinking it's fucking Leo season, y'all would know, oh, it's Cancer season right now. We're supposed to move with Cancer energy right now. Leo season is not until, August 17th. And that's my take on that. That was some Piscean energy I got last night when I was doing, I spent this week just going inside. I do a lot of healing for other people. And I know I got some clients that's waiting for some readings and stuff like that. And I would love to apologize, but I can't. So I'm not going to. Virgos don't really apologize anyway. But y'all know my heart. I'm not scamming nobody or nothing like that. I just really had to use this week for me. I'm heavily in the Cancer energy. My Vedic chart has been, on 1,000 lately, and that's just where I'm at with it. But yeah, that's the theory that I have. The theory that I have is that we got to dial back that tropical zone. Now, with the moon in Pisces right now, is next to Saturn. Is near Saturn or whatever. So Saturn and Neptune are currently in retrograde. Saturn, well, I don't really like to use the Roman and Greek words. Saturn is Babalao. Babalao is the god, is the Orisha of retribution. The challenges that you experience through life that help you develop discipline and a routine. Babalao walks around with the Oba scales. We like to call them Libra scales, but they're the Oba twin. Oba, which was one of the wives of Sango, along with Oya and Oshan. So, Babylon walks around with these Oba scales and weighs your heart, in alignment with Mayat, which is Piscean energy. So, seeing if your heart is heavier or, weighs the same as a feather. And that's the goal. You want your heart to weigh a feather, And so, the moon, our internal energy is over there. Our nurturing, safe space, intuition is over there next to Saturn in the Libra scale. So you'll find yourself like, in that realm of things, thinking about, the different interpersonal relationships, the different bonds and contracts in your life, especially if you did that shadow work while the moon was in Capricorn and really like had that conversation with yourself. Who has authority? Who has authority over you? Who are you giving authority to? Are you going to keep those contracts alive? Because, Babalao being in the 7th house also deals with contracts and justice and harmonizing. That 7th house, deals with a lot, So if you are making the movements to, getting rid of those contracts, you were in alignment with the full moon being near Pluto, which is the energy of transformation. And both of those beings were in the 6th house, which is the daily routine, health, wellness, and daily routine. So this is going to affect your daily life. So that was, my personal, but that's also what I see as a collective, people, taking back authority or giving up authority. You see these people going crazy about what's happening in with the aliens and all that stuff like that. And so like, once again, you see people giving up their authority under this full moon. You got to know at this point that these government people are in alignment with the stars, right? Like there's no, like, y'all know this, right? Like I don't have to like, you got to know them saying that aliens is coming around a Capricorn full moon was intentional, right? I'm just making sure because I be wondering about y'all sometimes. Y'all really be giving y'all platform energy to bullshit. I'm not even addressing no fucking aliens, bro. We been through that shit. We aliens. Anyway, So if you in alignment with the full moon being in Capricorn near Pluto, you in alignment, peace, you in alignment with taking back your authority or giving your authority up. Because, these people, they was under the full moon too, and they feel the shadows of the full moon because they know about the alignment of the tropical and Vedic zodiac. That's why back in 2012, I believe it was 2012, 2011, everybody was triggered because they were like, this is the real zodiac calendar. This is your real sign. This is who you really are. And technically, that's not true. Your natal chart will always be your natal chart. No matter what happens today, if we decide to dial back the tropical clock today, your natal chart will always be your natal chart. What's going to happen is you're going to have a quick jump through space and time in your progressive charts. That's what's going to happen. So if you're not in tune with your progressive charts, you probably won't even pay attention. You probably won't feel it because it's not in your thoughts. It's not in your vibration. It's not in your awareness. It might be a whole bunch of stuff you add in 2 + 2 = 5 because you're not in alignment with your Vedic chart. You're not in alignment with your progressive chart. But if you are, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the details of it, especially if you're in this water energy. The water energy is so sensitive. Y'all feel everything. If we dial this back, y'all going to feel it the most. Y'all going to get like a bunch of downloads y'all should have got in one zodiac season, and alone you'll get it in those few minutes it takes to dial back that tropical chart. But and my download is that it's something that needs to happen, because what's going to happen is our tropical and our Vedic is going to keep going further and further away from each other. So in alignment with the Bible, we are not fully saying things with all our mind and all our heart, because our mind and our heart are 23, 24 degrees apart. So we need to dial the mind back a little bit. The mind is heavily indoctrinated in all these corporations and all these contracts and stuff like that. This ain't no government. This is a motherfucking company. And the more I learn about all of this, trust, I'm be spitting this shit out at y'all because I'm not playing. I told y'all 4 years ago, because I had kept coming up to people that knew about this paperwork, knew about how to do this. And every time I asked them for help, they gave me their ass to kiss. So I made a promise to myself, and I made a promise to my cosmic nobodies out there. When I learn how to do this shit, we gonna learn how to do this shit. Fuck these people out here, because a lot of them is snakes anyway. A lot of them not in tune with, the spirituality part of this. So they just doing it off of the commercial, and they getting money out of y'all. And then y'all go to jail and y'all ain't got nobody to fucking call. That's ridiculous. We're not doing it. We're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna do it the righteous way. We're gonna learn together. We're gonna fall together, and we're gonna pick each other up together. I'm not playing with these people. And that's some shadow work they got to do, because historically speaking, they want to brag about teaching motherfuckers how to wash their ass and stuff. Well, y'all need to brag about how y'all taught them how to come over here in these fucking boats and do what they did. Why don't y'all do y'all shadow work and teach them how y'all came up with this commercial code shit in the first place that y'all like to take credit for so much? Be honest about the commercial code y'all started and during Islam, and then y'all gave it, and then they turned it and put it in on Christianity and Catholicism. You thought they was gonna be y'all friends. They not your fucking friends. Y'all learned the hard way. Now y'all over here talking about y'all trying to confuse the indigenous people again. Y'all trying to confuse us after confusion. Oh, y'all this empire. Y'all part of this empire. No, we not. And y'all know we not. We used to do commerce with y'all. We traded with y'all. We did business with y'all. But y'all got greedy. And that greedy shit backfired. Ain't nobody finna join y'all fucking empire, bro. We got our tribes over here. We good. We good. And y'all gonna keep going to jail. Y'all gonna keep sending people to jail. Y'all gonna keep getting put on blast for scamming people. You got motherfuckers all the way in Japan telling y'all what to do in the United States, man. Fuck out of here, bro. They is wolves. And y'all follow them verbatim if y'all want to. Y'all follow them verbatim if y'all want to. They not coming from the kindness of their heart. They coming for y'all money. That's why they talk to y'all like that. They be talking to y'all crazy. And y'all be all up in their comment sections like, we love you, thank you. And he be calling you all kinds of stupids and dummies and fuck you. Like, how y'all follow behind somebody that talk to you like that? They literally showing you how they treated us back then. That's how it was so easy for them to hop on the boats with the Europeans. They taught how to wash and shit and come over here and do what the fuck they did. They showing you again. It's nothing new under the sun, bro. But I told y'all, once I learn, I got us. And I'm learning, y'all. So I got us. Don't even worry about it. We gonna get this shit. Fuck this shit. Pluto in retrograde for the next 6 months. I got y'all. The pendulum gonna swing. The law of compensation will always be in effect. Yeah, it's always give and return. It's always equal energy exchange. At the same token, you gotta know who's in charge of your root chakra right now. You are part of a lot of contracts you don't even know you a part of, just because you calling yourself Black, just because you calling yourself a United States citizen, just because you calling yourself African American, just because you calling yourself a Negro or colored or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You know, at this point in time, we are the new beings. We are Nubians. We are the new beings. So at this point in time, yeah, Sankofa is in a full effect. Look back to bring that shit forward. Don't look back to stay back. We're looking back, seeing what went on, what y'all did. Oh, that was cute. Y'all played y'all little game or whatever. That was real cute. But we got to do our shadow work too, because the native tribes, we was over here fighting each other and enslaving each other too. We wasn't righteous. That's why it was so easy for the pendulum to swing. When you're not living righteous, that's when you go into captivity. Look at the Bible, the pattern. You motherfuckers not living righteous, guess what? You're going to slavery. Guess somebody come in, try to help you, and guess what? You still not living righteous, you're going back into slavery. You feel me? That's how the body moves. That's how the mind is. That's how the stars is. That's how the empires move. Everything. As within, so is below. As within, so is without. All that shit is intertwined. So if you doing right, if you and it sounds far-fetched now, but it's really that fucking simple as growing your own food, trading with your people. Don't steal from your people. Don't lie to your people. Don't trespass on your people. You know, make your own stuff. Become more producer and less consumer. Move in alignment with nature, with all things. You know, because if you're moving against nature, nature going to destroy it. Now you're going back into that poverty, scarcity mindset. That's enslavement. It's not just physical you in shackles. It's a mindset that come with this. And the government, well, these corporations, they not governments. These corporations is eating that shit up. They know y'all still mental slaves. They know that y'all tropical chart is far as fuck away from y'all Vedic chart. Y'all don't even care about y'all feelings no more. Y'all talking about some no new friends, no feelings. Get out your feelings. Get out your emotions. You a punk. You a bitch. That's for girls. That's girly. Da da da. And then some of y'all so deep in y'all emotions. Some of y'all don't know how to feel y'all emotions. Y'all think y'all feeling y'all emotions, and y'all being toxic. Y'all toxicity is on 1,000. Because y'all don't even know what to do with your feelings. So you just spitting them everywhere at everybody. They just want 1,000. Like, bro, if you want some toxic emotional shit, you need to learn how to be by yourself for a little bit. Don't be around nobody right now, because you have no idea what stage other people are at, and you over there giving them your toxicity with your emotions because you don't know what to do with your shit yet. Like, don't do that. Stay by yourself. Do that internal work. Everybody, it's a period of time where everybody has to be by themselves. And if you fighting to be by yourself, it's going to show in the kind of relationships that you have. They're going to be phony. They're going to be shallow. They're going to be fake. They're going to be dusty and all that shit. Why? Because you're supposed to be by yourself right now. So you seeing the reflections of how you treating yourself. Oh, you don't want to put yourself first. You don't want to put your emotions and your mindset and all that stuff first. Bet I'm going to put a whole bunch of reflections around you. They don't give a fuck about you neither. And now you over here like, I don't deserve this. I love so hard. No, the fuck you don't. You don't love yourself. You don't care about yourself. You ain't doing no fucking self-work, bro. You pouring out into space. You pouring out into space, hoping that somebody love you as much as you're supposed to be fucking loving yourself. That's not how it work here, baby. This is your simulation. The fact that you watching me right now, this is your simulation. You attracted me on your screen because you needed to hear what I had to say. You attracted knowledge on your screen because you needed to be a part of his unit, his network. This is your simulation right here. This is my simulation right here because I like to attract this platform. I love to be around knowledge. And I attracted y'all to watch. You got to know you in charge of your simulation. Y'all playing. I ain't playing with y'all no more. What's that?
Can we hear the Less Nobody story? Since you shouted us out. Shout out to the Less Nobody.
Hey. This is our 3rd year anniversary, guy. Yes, did you know that?
We need to know the whole story from the beginning. Okay. I think I was around from the beginning. I think I was around.
You was around for the beginning of Less Nobodies. Less Nobodies used to be revisionistic media. Revisionistic media was created in 2000. How old is my son? 14. So yeah, it was created in 2013. Was revisionistic media, and at that period of time, I was on the same type of time I'm trying to tell y'all to get out of right now. I was supposed to be by myself doing this shit by myself, but I was trying to get other people to do it with me, and the people that I was around, they didn't really support what I was trying to do. Like, I was trying to get my partner at the time, like, bro, like, we growing spiritually together why don't we make music together, da 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 da. We got like 2 songs together and we was together for 9 years. Go figure that. And then I was trying to get a podcast going on. Nobody wanted to do the podcast with me, and I was just in a space where I didn't want to do these things by myself. It took about 10 years for me to learn how to do the shit by myself, for me to get the courage to do it by myself. But revisionistic media has been around since 2013, y'all. That was the jewelry. I had revisionistic jewelry, and the motto to that was regroup, revise, reemerge, be revisionistic. That was the mantra. And the whole point was, at that time I was still in my crazy phase. So it was good I didn't come out. Yeah, I was still watching Before It's News and Alex Jones and shit. I was still rooted in the human experience. I was still walking around being human. But I didn't know how to separate. I didn't know how to separate my spirituality from the human experience because I grew up in the church. And when you grow up in the church, they don't teach you the separation. They teach you that it's all in one. It's all the same, and it's not. It's not. When you root yourself in the human experience, it's the mindset of poverty and scarcity and being born in sin and that humility and humble and weak bullshit. And you're not in control. You got to be on your knees and wait and pray for someone else to come help you. Do you know what it means to be on your knees, to bend at the knee? So the knee is ruled by Capricorn. That's Capricorn energy. When you bend at the knee, you folding for someone else to be your authority. And when you bend at the knee, usually somebody come and they tap your shoulders and your third eye and your crown. So they basically having control. You done rooted your root chakra and whoever the fuck is crowning you. And when they crown you, they taking control of your aura. So now your vortex, the energy that you have within the 6 to 10 feet around you, that's not yours neither. That's whoever you done bent the knee at. That's why you see like a lot of these people walk around, I'm American, and they show off in their vortex like, oh yeah, that's definitely a redneck or this or that over here, whatever. Because that's what they bend the knee at. They bend in the knee at this corporation or whatever. And it's not a very intelligent corporation. They're not really good at what they do. If they were good at what they do, you would have clean water by now. You would have clean air. They wouldn't be burning the woods up and shit, pretending like they know what the fuck they doing. Leaf burning and stuff like that, that's an indigenous custom. That's what we used to do for the soil, for renewal. Fire is what you do to renew shit. You got these motherfuckers that's not even in tune with the land doing the wood burning, and they so embarrassed they can't even tell you where it's really happening. They like, oh, it's coming from Canada. No, the fuck it's not. They was doing that shit over here in Jersey, bro. You can go on the newjersey.gov website and look it up because they have to tell us what it is that they're doing. It's a part of the laws of being in the United States corporation. They have to have a sense of transparency. There's a transparency clause there. Y'all think it's some big conspiracy theory that, they're compelled to tell us. It's a clause in the motherfucking contract that they have to tell you, bro. It's not that deep. None of the stuff that y'all doing is that profound or that deep. And once you realize that it's not that profound and that deep, it should empower you. Be empowered to know that these dumb motherfuckers can do all of this. And I'm smart and I'm in tune with my spirituality. Just imagine what you can do. You feel me? Like, but yeah, they're not that smart. Happy Pisces. It's Saturn in retrograde with the Libra scales in Pisces as well as and Neptune is in Pisces in the tropical and in the Vedic chart right now. I love that because it's also in the 8th house of transformation, which is also ruled by Pisces energy right now. So the subconscious is subconsciousing right now. If y'all don't got a reader, I know not all of y'all know how to like sort through your thoughts and stuff like that. If y'all don't got a reader or a guide or whatever, y'all need to get one. I'm a healer and I still have a guide. I still have a spiritual guide that I go to. I still have spiritual healers and Ifa priests that I go to for certain guidance. Everybody should have one. One thing I learned in psychology 101 is every therapist should have a therapist. So for those of you guys that's walking around in your ego, like, I don't need a reading. I don't need this because I do it myself. You're in your ego and you still lack the ability to unify. I know a couple of y'all quick to post some shit about being polyamorous and shit, but y'all still won't let a healer heal you because you a healer. That don't make no fucking sense. So how you going to have access to feminine energy if you're not open to healing? What you think a goddess going to do when she come into your life? Just sleep with you? Come on now, make it make sense. All y'all wolves, y'all fur is showing. The fur is showing through the wool. I see y'all. I see every last one of y'all, and y'all breath stink. They be perpetrating on these social media platforms, man. It's not a lot of us. Y'all think it's a lot of healers because y'all see a lot of people on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and shit. They know the knowledge. They know the knowledge. But if you look at their actions, look, what do the actions say? If their actions not practicing, exactly, they know the information.
Yeah, they don't know the knowledge. Because then they'd be like, oh, knowledge ain't nothing if you don't apply it. No, knowledge gives you the ability to do or not do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can get the information. There's a process when you go from information to fact to knowledge. Because knowledge ain't facts. Knowledge is the truth. So how do you get to that? You sort through the information. You see what's credible and what's not. And who gave out the information, all of you take it through all of that filter before you get to something and arrive of it as a fact. A truth don't need to prove it. Truth is the truth. You see what I'm saying? Like, you dealing with facts. Facts is something that can be proven. So you went through a process of proving. This is why we got the show and prove culture. We show and prove. You see what I'm saying? We arrive at truth. When we deal with truth regardless. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you get to that process of knowledge. So now after you got knowledge is that foundation that you can stand on to begin to apply what you know. You can't apply what you don't know. So if you know something, you done took it through that filter to arrive at what you know. You can show and prove. You can deal with it from a factual basis, and you can deal with it in truth, because facts change as information changes. You get more information about something, all of a sudden something that was a fact is no longer factual. The truth doesn't do that. It don't matter what day it is. This is why you can hear the truth, and the truth could be from 10,000 years ago, and it sounds like it's right now. Because it don't matter what time or space that you in, because time is a fucking illusion, right?
Right.
So we dealing with that disillusionment of time. Shout out to A. Rashid, who gave us that shit years and years ago. The disillusionment of time, we're very disillusioned about the time and space and where we are within the time and space. And this is how people can still lie to you. This is how they can still manipulate you. This is how they can still use you, but they use you against yourself. Because we dealing with the facts and we running around telling people facts on everything. Oh, that's a fact. This is a fact. That's a fact. This is a fact. What happens when new information comes? Or you discover something new? You get more information. Or you find out something that you thought was a fact. The person who said it was not credible. What happens? That's not the truth. When you deal with the truth, it don't matter. Anybody could come try to distort. Once you know the truth about something, can't nobody lie to you. So how do you feel about that? You see what I'm saying? So this fake, this space we be going into where we start, dissing things that's older than the sun, moon, and the stars. This is the truth. And we just hear something new. Somebody come to us with some bullshit. Then all of a sudden we running around with it. And then we go through the zealotry and the savior complex and shit. This is how you get crucified. You see what I'm saying? You end up on a fucking cross getting, betrayed because you ain't dealing like they say the speaker of the truth has no friends.
Right.
So okay, you gonna tell me the truth. It don't matter if it's comfortable or it's not comfortable. Like, oh, I thought we was cool. Like, yeah, that's why I'm telling you the fucking truth. This is why I'm telling you the truth, because we are cool. So if you take the truth wrong, then you're not a friend.
Exactly.
So yeah. Pardon me, I just wanted to add that in.
Nah, not at all. I always welcome
This church,
knowledge.
I want to know about this. I want to know about this this cosmic Nobodies convention award ceremony, third year. You in 75 categories, okay? Because you got fucking all right. That's the truth, okay? That's the fucking truth. And what's up with what's the science? What's the story? What's the real story? What's the
uh
real?
it was a thought. It was a thought. Shouts to Osai Safu. He owns Cosmic Vision Jewelry. Less Nobodies was born in, so we had revisionistic fashion in 2013. Less Nobodies was born in 2016, 2017. Less Nobodies was born, and that was just my way of transforming something that I was creating by myself. Again, me still reaching, trying to get other people to do stuff with me. Like, why y'all would do it? I turned it into a family company. It's a name. You know, this is the name that we were going to change our last name to, and this is before I had any knowledge on like different empires and the tribes and stuff like that. Like, I always knew that me and my family, we were rooted in being indigenous here because of my grandparents. You know, I got their receipts, you know, and then like I grew up in a Methodist church. They move like sovereign nations. I don't know if y'all know that, but Methodist Church is not a U.S. corporation. So, you know, growing in these realms and stuff like that, I always had this knowledge. And I was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to start my own church. I'm going to do this. Da, da, da. So, like, I tried to make it into a familial thing. Like, this is what we're going to change our last name to. Nobodies. Nobodies is nothing. Nothing is everything is the mantra. And, you know, I didn't realize how in sync that is with so many things being present. So, Safu, ran into Safu, want to say 2018, 2019. We have been following each other online for a minute. He came to me with this idea. He had owned a church out in St. Louis. It was a family church. You know, his father is the pastor in the church or whatever. And he was in the process of, you know, I wanted to me, but he wanted to turn it into like more of a spiritual, you know, space. And I'm like, oh, cool. Because at that time I was in Virginia and there was this metaphysical church I was going to, and it was opening my eyes that I could have my own church, you know, not in alignment with Christianity, you know. So I'm like, oh, cool. You know, I got so many ideas because of this temple, this ministry that I've been going to with these psychics and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Let's do it. He wanted to do an event. I was like, let's do an award show. We could do something every year, awarding people. Let's do a whole convention. So we named, you know, I have Less Nobodies now. He has Cosmic Vision Jewelry. And now we gave birth to the Cosmic Nobodies Convention. That was our baby together. Different things happen, you know.
Oh.
Right? All different things happen. I won't call Safu a deadbeat daddy, but he is absent. And every now and then he come and pick up his son, and then he be out about his business. But I ain't bad. That's family over there, and I'm crossing my fingers that he will make it to this year's convention. But this convention, the first year we had it in Philadelphia. We haven't had it in St. Louis yet. So eventually we're gonna make it to St. Louis. We just haven't done it yet. But I did all this marketing in St. Louis the first year to turn around and have it in Philly. But I wasn't mad. It was a great outcome. We had it at the Sculpture Courtyard. It was beautiful. Shouts to everybody that pulled up and helped out and everything like that. It was a one-day event. And then the second year we had it in New Jersey. We had a 3-day event. We aligned with High Soul the Gathering. So this brother, Chakra DJ, he's a sound shaman. He's amazing. He's amazing with the sounds. He's an amazing DJ. Highly recommended, y'all. So you know, he has a 3-day camping event that he hosts the same weekend that I host the convention. So I was like, oh, let's, you know, join forces. I have, you know, my event on that Saturday, you know, and then we could just align the convention for the whole thing. Because my idea, I've been to conventions. I've been to Comic Cons. I've been to literature cons, Raven Con, all these cons. So that's honestly what I want to do. I want to do a whole weekend where there's, nearby venues, whether it's bars or billiards or comic book shops or stores, cafes or whatever, that are like underneath the Cosmic Nobody theme as well. Like, oh, if you come here, you get a discount, or if you we can have, stamps here, blah, blah, blah. I want to have that kind of vibe for a whole weekend, and then have like workshops just going on all weekend, performances on different stages at different venues all weekend. Like, when you come through, there's a whole fucking newspaper that you walking into. Like, these are all the options that you have. And then of course everybody got to be present at the award show. You know what I mean? So that's my big idea. Like, Essence Festival, take a back seat to the Cosmic Nobodies Convention, because this is for the healers, not just the Aboriginals. Because I love the Essence Festival, but they be giving awards to just, all you gotta do is be Black. Nah, here you can't just be Black. You gotta be a healer and Black. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to just like go on stage and rap about the women you disrespect, the men that you shoot at, the children you don't claim. You don't get to do all of that here and then be awarded for it. That's not cool. I call those struggle sounds. Even when people that come up and talk about, oh, I was hungry and I was starving and the streets was gone. I get that. I get everybody got a sad story. But if that is the vibration that you putting out for people to repeat and replay, you don't get awarded here. We don't give awards out for that, bro. It takes a very strong, disciplined individual to utilize their throat chakra, their third eye chakra, their crown chakra, all their chakras to exhibit love always. It's difficult. It's not hard being where I'm at. You think what knowledge does is easy? This shit not fucking easy. You can have the craziest day, and when that camera come on, instead of you talking about your struggles and shit like that, you got to put the smile on, and you got to be like, bro, that's not the mission statement of this podium I'm on. The mission statement is to spread love, knowledge, awareness, unity, networking, etc., etc. So I can't come up here and be like, dang, man, fuck niggas, because niggas da 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 da, and this nigga today blah 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 blah, and this bitch over here, that I don't have the liberty to do that. That's not what I'm here to do. That shit is for my diary and my personal. That shit is for my phone calls with my girlfriends, and when knowledge hit me up and be like, this to check in, I give him the throat vomit in his ear too, like, man, fuck this shit, da, da, da. That's what that's for. That's not what this is for. That's not what Let's Nobodies is for. That's not what Sunshine Monie L is for, whatever. That's not what this
like,
for.
you and me never my king, F him, girl. F him. I'll be like, F him, God. F him, okay?
Sometimes we gotta do that, because as 9D as we are, we still in a 3D world where everybody always representing the sixes. Sixes, they, I know sixes have been demonized. You're like, oh, it's 6 protons, neutrons, electrons. I get that, but that's if you're rooting yourself in the human experience. We're not rooting ourselves in the human experience, y'all. Y'all gotta get up out of that shit. We are spiritual. Put yourself in the 9s, baby. Put yourself in that knowledge. It's supreme mathematics over here. Put yourself in the 9. Stop rooting yourself in these 6s. These 6s is what you're going to have you stuck in slavery. These 6s is going to have you keep arguing about the history books and the slavery and shit like that. St. Kofa, because our ancestors did that shit already. They did that. You got the ISIS paper. It's already written. The Iceman inheritance is already written. The science and myth of melanin is already written. The miseducation of the Negro is already written. These literatures, our ancestors already wrote them. So read them. And you don't got to argue shit, because our ancestors already argued that shit for us, okay? Now, you as a Nubian, you take that 6's information and put it in the fucking 9s. You don't get to stay in the 6's, bro. Our people did that already. They did that for us so we could be here doing what we're doing now. How are we doing it now? If our people didn't create the internet, you wouldn't be able to do this shit that you're doing right now. We created the internet. We created electricity. We created the light bulbs that's inside of your screen right now. We did that shit. You let these up. And I'm going to tell you another theory on the appropriators. These appropriators, they're the moon. The moon is not solid. The moon is plasma. The moon goes to the stars and reflects whatever star is around. If the moon is next to a Capricorn star, it's going to be orange. If the moon is next to a Scorpio star, it's going to be a red, orange color. If the moon is near a Neptune Piscean star, it's going to be a white blue color. If it's near Jupiter, it's going to be a white blue color. You get where I'm going with this. The moon people are going to be whatever is around them. And instead of feeling disrespected by that, feel empowered. Because guess what? They ancestors didn't plan for that shit. These niggas love us. They want to be us. They want to emulate us. They want to copy us. Their moon is around our stars. You hear me? So instead of being, I mean, you can, if you feel whatever the fuck you want to feel. I'm not going to tell you what to feel. However, this is how Sunshine Monie L is thinking right now. Y'all descendants is soft as shit. Y'all did not give them the same knowledge that y'all over there holding. Y'all kept y'all descendants away from knowledge because not only do they have racism, they also have classism. Okay? And classism is fucking up their own shit. They're sinking their own boat with classism because now the majority of them can't keep up with the knowledge because they don't sit in that class. So this is what happens. Now you got they over there biting their own fucking foot, right? This is the same energy the Moors did. Oh, y'all at war with each other? Y'all got y'all descendants fighting y'all elders? Y'all going back and forth? They want to wear long nails. They want to... And where they get that from? They got that from me and my grandmother. That's where they got that from. The women that raised them. The titties they was sucking off of. You hear me? So if that's how y'all want to move, then that's how y'all want to move. Give them the culture you want them to emulate. If you don't want them to emulate in the long nails and the neck and all that stuff, then don't give them that. Understand that that's how the moon moves. The moon is going to reflect whatever star it's near. So that's another reason why Less Nobodies moves away and moves. I don't just go to aberrational events. I go to all events. And could you imagine the way that those little moon people, gravitate to my sun and then reflect that bitch? It's beautiful. I love it here. There's empowerment in that. There's empowerment in that. Am I saying integrate? That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if that's what they do, like mold what they do to your liking. This is your simulation. This is your simulation. You could do whatever you want in it. There's some people who choose, hey, I don't want to be around the moon people at all. I wash my hands. And you can do that. You can create a world where you're not around these people out. I don't even really be around them that much, to be honest. The only time I'm around them is if I go to an event and they just so happen to be there. Or I'm at a 3D event trying to network and they're there. And they are important components because they are gatekeepers to certain realms that I want to get into. So it is what it is. And so what do? I put on my sunshine charm and I let them reflect whatever my son just did to them. And they go ahead and spread that shit. And then I get what I want. You got to learn the abracadabras instead of being in your feelings all the fucking time. And that comes from being rooted in being human. If you're rooted in being human, you always going to have, I'm black and they're white and this is that and that is right. Like you always going to be on that type of time. You're not even going to be able to bend the simulation to your liking because like it or not, these motherfuckers exist and they're not going to stop doing what they're doing and their children fucking love us. So like, let their children love us. Give them something worth copying because I don't want them copying. I don't want them walking around thinking it's okay to say nigga. So we got to stop saying nigga. I don't want them walking around when they sing rap songs. Do you really think that when they imagine things, when they say rap songs, that they're thinking about shooting Billy and Timmy and Tommy? When they say, I'm going to shoot up these niggas, da, 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 da. Do you really think that that in their minds, what they thinking is they really shooting up their brothers and sisters? It's not. They thinking about us when they say those things, just like we thinking about us when we say those things, just like Asian people thinking about us when they say those things. Everybody thinking about shooting the Aboriginal and killing the Aboriginal. And who is the originator of those sounds, of those mantras? Us. Be accountable and do that fucking shadow work, y'all. These people is a part of our simulation. We're creating them. And y'all proudly go on y'all podiums and talk about how y'all taught everybody how to wash their ass and how y'all are originators. So take responsibility. You want the accolades without the responsibility? So you're going to have all these kids and you're not going to raise them? You a whole fucking deadbeat. Raise these fucking kids. It is really that simple. And that's why the maternal and the paternal energy got to come together, because the paternal energy is all about separatism and tough love and pushing things and all that stuff, while the maternal energy is about unity. But when you have them together, it creates a level of discernment for the unity and compartmentalization for the unity. And yeah, I can unite with y'all over there in a certain kind of way. and feel protected. And I can unite with y'all a certain kind of way and feel protected. And then I'm teaching him how to soften himself up so that he can be open to the mindset and the heart set of the unity. You ever try to get a man to unite with other men? It's hard. I do it almost every day. It's so fucking hard. It could be a group of men that's in a room with men with like minds. If a man, like, it's so hard. Like, it'd be a group of us women like, okay, so this is Derek, this is such and such. 5 minutes later, okay, so Derek does da 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 da, and such does da 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 da. 20 minutes later, okay, so I put y'all together because like they're just not going to talk. They're just not going to talk to each other. You really gotta like do the puppet master shit. And I'm not saying that it's all men, but it's a nice group, and you could see it in the creations that they create. That's how they move. Because I can't tell you how many groups I'm in that do the same exact fucking thing. Y'all all do the same thing, but y'all will not come together to do one thing, or at least be under one umbrella, one treaty, one contract, one statute, and then, still have your individual shit. So it's just, I don't know. I look forward to the blending of the masculine and feminine energy. And it's happening. I see it all the time, especially in my reality. I'm in charge of my simulation. So in my reality, it's already here. But I see that it's not present in a lot of y'all realities because of how y'all express yourselves. And I just want to say, like, you're in charge of your simulation. So if you don't see it enough, it's because you're not being it enough.
So this year's convention, this year's award ceremony show. Tell the people about it. We dedicated this series. This series is because of you, okay? Because of you. Because of you and your benevolent heart and mind and spirit. I was like, let's carve out a space for the nominees to come over here. And the nominee nominated for the category of the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Here are the nominees.
This year we're doing it August 26th. It's gonna be a one-day thing. We still align with High Soul Gathering, but we will not be as intertwined as we was last year. But August 26th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's a 12-hour join. I know some people is getting heart palpitations like 12 hours. Yeah, I've done 15-hour events before. What y'all doing? Anyway, but y'all can come and go how y'all please. But we got some really dope vendors pulling up, all healing vendors, artisans, people that create things with their hands with the intentions of, providing healing for the community. We got some really dope workshops. Knowledge is pulling up with his videography team. So if anybody's interested in any type of videography work or whatever, he has, his packages and stuff. He gonna be there with his peoples, also interview opportunities, with his peoples. We have a goddess that's coming through. She's doing Venusian prescriptions where, she's looking at your Venusian placements. Make sure y'all tell her about your tropical and Vedic. I don't know how well versed she is in it, but I need y'all to be tapped into y'all shit. But yeah, she's doing Venusian placements and letting y'all know what y'all love language is and where y'all pinnacles is coming from with that Venus energy. I'll be doing a speed networking event. In the Kabbalah, your nodes are, your North and South node, your Rahu, Ketu. They tell you about your destiny, where you're going and where you're coming from. And it's usually in alignment with your life path number. So I'm going to do the node networking, speed networking. So it's set up like speed dating. It's like aligning yourself with the different nodes, talking about your journey and stuff like that. We have another goddess coming through. She's doing Reiki healing workshop. I think we have one more workshop. We got a few different workshops. We got a lot of really dope vendors. We got a lot of really dope performers. Osa the Moor, African Man Born, Rashawn McClass, Deani Star, me, Enoch, Seventh Prophet. I know I'm forgetting some people. Oh, the Sap and the Pussy Poet. They're coming with some erotica poems and stuff like that for the sacred chakra vibes, because all chakras, need some attention. And yeah, we got some really dope individuals pulling up. Virgo Virgin Talk will be taping their series finale at the event. The theme of that episode is Historic Leaders of Today. The different subtopics is like, what is a leader? You know, a lot of us, you know, need to come to a mindset of what are we looking for in a leader? What constitutes someone as a leader? Because a lot of us are just labeling people that know how to talk a lot. My mama always told me, somebody who talk a lot, lie a lot. You gotta be careful. I know I talk a lot on these cameras, and that's because when the camera go off, I don't talk at all. My kids will tell you. Yeah, shouts to mom, because I be having that shit play in my head always.
Shout out to mama. My grandpa said he would say stuff, and then he said, "But you know, I lie a little bit." I'm telling you, he said like a sentence and a half if he loved you, and then he just tell you I lie a little bit. That was it. You just better remember that.
That's funny. I like that. I would take that one too, because I be catching myself. I'm like, oh shit, I was about to lie to you. Hold on, let me retract what I want to say. But yeah, so we got that. What is a leader? We got you know, who have been our leaders in the past. We're going to, you know, talk same Kofa vibes, you know, go back, look at some of our leaders. How have we supported them and how have we failed them? Because a lot of our leaders got shot in the middle of all of us just staring and watching. And what the fuck is that about? Because that has been happening since biblical times. Why do we stand around and watch our leaders get murdered? Why are we setting them up? Why are we leaving open spaces? Why are we acting like we don't see and hear shit we see and hear? You know, what's going on in these realms with these leaders that, you know, why they not being protected? And as us answering those questions, we learn how can we support our leaders of today, you know, and who are our leaders, you know, of today? You know, who do we consider our leaders? Because if we know who our leaders are of today, we know what constitutes a leader today, then we can learn how to stand. Because not everybody is a leader. Not everybody, you know, some of y'all projectors and reflectors and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's a sense of leading in that as well. You're leading your own root chakra to do those things, to be that anyway. So you still leading. A lot of y'all got homes and children. A lot of y'all got students and nieces and nephews and all that. So either way, y'all still leading somebody. So, but for those who don't want to be the center focus on the podium, you can still do a part. Don't think you can't do a part. You got to sit back and play with your thumbs and say, oh, well, 19 Keys going to figure it out for us. No, the fuck he's not. He ain't buying no crypto for you. Like, ain't nobody gonna figure it out for you. So this is the part, you know, where we empower you with solutions. This is what you can do from where you're at. You're not useless. You're not you know, unimportant or whatever. And that's the whole point of Kosmic Nobodies Konvention is, you know, uniting us, not just in the physical, but also in the spiritual and the energetic realm. You know, a lot of us need energy that we're not receiving because we still sitting in the 3D realm with these 6D people. And so what I love about this event is that it gives those people an opportunity to see you're not alone. I know you see people on the internet all the time and they might not make you feel like you're alone. The internet don't really do it for me. I like in-person stuff. I'd rather be around you in the physical and stuff, but you know, I see that it's a balance. So I take the balance for what it is. But I know that, you know, for some people, the internet is just not enough because I could turn my screen off and then look around and still be in the same shit. So this is like a nice space for y'all to see, like, this energy do exist. Y'all do need to come together and network. You know, hopefully next year we will be having the Kosmic Nobodies Convention on Nobody's land. That's the goal, on Nobody's land in Arizona, Kosmic Nobodies Convention. Started working on that expeditiously, creating a safe space for us to be able to do that this year. And if y'all want to donate or anything, we do have a cash app, a business cash app specifically for the Kosmic Nobodies Convention, and it's $ Kosmic Nobodies. Kosmic spelled with a K, and that's going towards the creation of these awards. You know, all the ventures. You know, I'm coordinating a tour. You know, trying to start a tour next spring, summer, leading up to the convention, so that we can go state to state in the physical. So if you're a venue owner, or, you know, you have a space, or you're in a neighborhood and you would love to see us come out there, reach out to me, because that's what I'm opening up towards. I'm opening up towards the people that call. I'm not going nowhere where I'm not being called. That's like me going up in your inbox like, Spirit told me to come to you. Like, I'm never doing it. I go where I'm called.
Man, Sophie, that you need every day. Do you
For real.
need that? I have a message from your ancestors.
For real.
Ah, I love this. I love that you created a space and are facilitating a space for the healers in that space of reciprocity. How many of our healers left the physical realm and now in the ancestral realm, still with that baggage because, and you had to inherit it because they didn't get a chance to feel reciprocity. So you hear
Mhm.
like, oh, why am I feeling all of these feelings? You got millions of ancestors who never got a chance to feel them, who never got a chance to live them out. They work themselves out of the physical realm, and they in the ancestral plane living through you because you here in the physical realm, so you have a space for them, and you don't have a conduit for them. You don't have no spaces in your home for them. You don't invite them into your house, so they gotta go through your blood. They gotta go through your bloodline.
Mm.
So you don't have conduits set up for them to be open enough to share anything with you except their feelings. That's why you in your feelings like that because it's compound. So you're in that through feeling seen and unseen. So you feeling some shit from your great grandfather and don't know it's your great grandfather trying to communicate with you, trying to get your attention. So you'll just feel something. You be like, I don't
Mhm.
even eat this. I don't even drink that. They ate it. They drank it. They eating it now. They're drinking it now in their time. Stuck in their time. Stuck in their time loop. Stuck in their time warp because you didn't free them. You didn't tell them like, yo, this is okay. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, take a break. Oh no, rebel. You see what I'm saying? Like all of those things that we find ourselves in spaces, they be like, there's no way I could have never been X, Y, and Z. You're that right now.
Right.
You're that right now. All of those things that you said you would never do and wouldn't be, this is exactly what you're doing right now. Ain't no way they just would have had to kill me and your ass is dead alive.
Mhm. You the
You walking
walking
around
dead
here
right
mentally dead,
now.
but physically alive. Yeah, right now. So yeah.
I
So thank you
agree.
for creating this space and facilitating the space of reciprocity, so we can feel reciprocity. You know, you be working yourself. What they say, burning the candle at both ends. So you need a place to be able to recharge and feel love and see the fruits of your labor. This is why you have a harvest. That's why you have harvest time. This is where it's a time for harvesting. It's like, oh, we sowed these seeds, we rocked these regular and irregular hours, we broke ground, we fought through the weeds, fought through our own pain and sickness and hell that came along with cultivating, pouring into and putting out. This is the space for you to receive honor to this bounty and this harvest in this small moment so you can be more enthused to continue your labor. When you're in that space and you just going and going and going, you don't take the time to see what you've done. So
Mm.
these spaces give you a chance to see what you've done. Like this is why the interviews are important. But then when you go to a space where you like, oh man, this is a room full of farmers. This is why they have convention. You need to be around those people because you're not around those people. You're around the opposite. You that need the 7 to 10 exposures to get something. Things like, oh, uh, Sunshine, I know you had told me before. You like, damn, bro. Like, how many times I got to tell you? 7 to 10 times. You got to tell somebody something 7 to 10 times in order for them to get it one time, and then hopefully they have to take they retain it for them to make action. You see what I'm saying? So that's the exposure
Mhm.
process. You know how draining that shit is. So you have to be in the space where you look around. You're like, oh shit, I'm So yeah, I just thank you, from my heart, from what you're doing, and creating spaces to recognize people, the ones amongst us that's doing what they're doing.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I remember the beginning of, and it's so crazy. I'm grateful that Safu came to me with the cosmic, vision that he had because, you know, I come from a psychology background, so like I had always had, you know, that knowledge in therapy sessions and doing motivation therapy sessions or whatever. So I recall, like, you know, I would attract a lot of artists, you know, already because I'm a young therapist, you know, I make music and, you know, all the different things. And so you know, I would attract these people and I would speak to them, and you know, it just seemed like it was like the common denominator. You know, I'm a master problem solver, y'all. Like, I just love to solve problems. I see the bigger picture here, and that's why I be telling people to buy land too. But anyway, back to this. Like, I realized that, you know, listening to them in a lot of my sessions, one-on-one sessions with them, a lot of them were lacking in the recognition area. They were aspiring to do things and be things and accumulate things and stuff like that, all that for recognition. And it's unfortunate that, you know, you have people that are underneath certain indoctrinations that want to shame you out of saying, hey, I like attention, I like recognition for what I do, you know, because, you know, that's an innate feeling to want to have. It's a natural energy exchange. It's a natural energy exchange. Not everybody wants to get paid for what they do. It's sometimes, you know, a lot of times the payment is even bigger in attention and recognition. And I say that because, like, with my attention and recognition, I know I can go to any state and I got a place to sleep. I know I can go to any state and I got food because I got attention. I got recognition. People know what I do. People know who I am. People know what I'm capable of. Like, people respect me because of, you know, the knowledge I provide, the healing I provide, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I'm always getting awarded in those realms. Like, there's no way I could ever be homeless or without. I have no doubt in my mind. There never will be a time. Never will be a time. You know, and so I try to, you know, pour that back out into people who don't feel that, who don't have that, because it's unfortunate. A lot of people are putting a lot of energy into things that they create. And like I was telling you in the beginning, it's very difficult to devote your platform to positivity. And I won't say positivity because that's not even the correct word. We actually like negative ions. But, you know, they promote, you know, this certain level of energy and evolution in a world that's telling y'all to do the opposite consistently. You know, it's not easy to be in this space. So, you know, they deserve their flowers, most definitely. You know, it's a lot of shadow banning they got to work through. Mark Zuckerberg does not support healers. Mark Zuckerberg's platforms, they do not support readers or nobody like that. So you see these readers out here that's getting a lot of views and a lot of attention. Look at their content. They're trauma bonding in their content. They struggle. They putting out struggle sounds in their content. They talking about niggas and bitches and in their content. You got the one lady, the sprinkle lady. You know, she always bad mouthing. You got the other girl. Now she got her OnlyFans talking about sex all the time and going to you know, sex parties and shit. You got another girl. She always talking about relationship problems. Like, they have to bring the 3D into their realm to get what they getting. They can't be pure. There's no room for the purity. But for some of y'all that's really like sticking to y'all shit and putting the purity out, it is not easy. It is not easy. Every other day, I'm like, damn, should I do this post in a bikini? Should I tell y'all I do readings with some lingerie? Like, you know, we're just trying to feed me my kids and get them some clothes because they won't stop fucking growing. Y'all know my son in a size 13 shoe is wild out here, cuz, you know, I be trying to fill out job applications and it's difficult because I have to put in consideration, oh, you know, well, I have this certain obligation on these days. I have these certain obligations on these days. I'm helping this person over here with this on this day. It's like, it's no room for a 9 to 5. It's no room for a 9 to 5. And all the other jobs, they don't want you to control your schedule. I can't be like, okay, well, I can only work on these days at these times, and that'll give me the funds I need. But is that convenient for that company for me to only pop in on those days and those times? And it's not always going to be, I'm going to be able to pop in, because if somebody hit me up and they need something over here, that should come first, because that's my calling. That's my purpose. That comes before capitalism. Everything. Capitalism is the least thing on my fucking plate, bro. I'm not. It's all the way down there, y'all. You know, and there's a lot of people out here like that move how I move, and they deserve their flowers for moving in that way, because it's not easy. It's very thankless. Nobody really sees you for what you're doing, but the Most High do, and those that's on the same frequency see you as well. So, you know, I just really want to give y'all flowers. I want to give y'all chocolates, y'all balloons, y'all teddy bears, y'all stuffed frogs that y'all build the bears. You press the button on the hand and sing a song for you. I want to give y'all. I want us to collectively have like hundreds of acres of land so that y'all don't gotta worry about y'all root chakras no more. Y'all could really get rid of them contracts on y'all root chakra and fucking breathe. You know, walk in your purpose, walk in your light, walk into your creative energy without feeling like, oh, they on Instagram talking about some another rapper, another this, another that. I could build a house. I could build a house. I could build a fire. I love science. I love teaching. I could do all these things. I could do a lot of things as well as make music, as well as paint. I can do a lot of things. However, doing these shits in the 3D realm is difficult because they want to control you while you're doing it. And I don't like to be controlled. So as much as I like to teach, I don't know if I could teach in the 3D realm still. It do something to my spirit, the more tune I get. As much as I know how to do shit with my hands, I don't know if I can still do. I know for a fact I can't do healthcare in the 3D realm anymore because they require that thing that I'm not willing to get. And if you don't get that thing, they sticking shit up your nose. So as much health knowledge that I know, as much direct care knowledge that I have, I can't even make money off of that in the 3D realm because they still want to control my soul. Like, bro, I'm giving y'all my energy and it's still not enough. Y'all gotta stick some shit at me too. Now I'm good. Same thing with teaching. Teaching, you gotta get a shot to teach. And that's my brick wall right now. It's the shot they want me to have to substitute teach. Like, bro, I'm not getting that shit. I'm not getting that shit. It like for what? So, you know, these things, like I really feel like if everybody just, and y'all all don't gotta live in the same place, but just know that our villages used to have like 50,000, 70,000 people in the village. Everybody growing their own food, everybody got their little sections, you know, everybody got their priests and their healers and their doulas and their doctors and their nurses, they scientists, they politicians, they churches and shit. You know, we gotta go back to the villages. These cities is covered in cement. Ain't no connections here. It's a lot of control. It's control to make you feel like it's connections here, but it's control. Some of these cities, they got fucking the sonic airwaves coming through the thing to control the people. That's why, like, you already know on certain days, everybody like, damn, it was 5, 6 shootings today. How the fuck that happened in one city? Yeah, that's how it happened. They got the stuff in the air. They put it in the air. And y'all all shot up and full of sugar and salty snacks that got a lot of metals and plastics in it too. I don't know if y'all know, they're like, oh yeah, it's a whole bunch of microplastics in everybody's body now. That was intentional. It's a whole bunch of other stuff in your body too now because y'all keep eating all that bullshit that you just pop in the microwave, you know, and it's convenient. Yeah, it do taste good. I ain't knocking y'all. I'll eat a chicken nugget every now and then, but that's not what the fuck you supposed to be eating on a regular basis. If you eat chicken nuggets more than twice a week, there's a problem here. There's a problem here. Because God got food in abundance, bro. You ain't have to eat that twice a week. Been there, did that. I'm not saying that from a snooty place at all. Been there, did that. But you got to learn and grow. If you're not trying to learn and grow, then what is you doing?
What is you doing?
What is you doing?
So tell people where to get the tickets and stuff and all that before we go, because we getting up out of this map.
Yeah, y'all can get y'all tickets on Eventbrite, Kosmic Nobodies Konvention. You search it in June. It's in Willingboro, New Jersey. And if you cannot be physically present, there is a sponsorship ticket. It's like $11. And what happens is you can mail your business cards or your flyers or whatever to me. And when you mail them to me, they'll be in the swag bag. I'm sorry. I don't know why it was so hard to connect that sentence. They'll be in the swag bags at the event. So people that come, and mind you, we like right off of a major highway. So it's a lot of traffic. It's not just going to be the attendees. It's going to be people driving past like, ooh, what y'all doing? So, you know, having your marketing material and stuff in these bags is a big deal. And we got people coming from like a whole bunch of different states. Like, you know, yeah, even if you can't be physically present, being, you know, Having your paper
You heard
Stanley.
Foxy Roxy. She said she gonna be there. She gonna be there.
Hey,
Okay.
yes, it's gonna be
For Know
there.
Your Starseed podcast on Seeds of the Sun podcast. You know, the greatness of the Cosmic Mother. She gonna be there for the Cosmic Nobody. She our Cosmic Mother. Okay. She be
Yes, we
keeping
got the
us in line.
Starseed mother coming, and her Starseeds is coming too. We got a couple of her Starseeds pulling up.
Yeah, peace and blessings, Starseed. That's what she said, right? Peace and blessings, Starseeds. I love y'all. I'm telling you, y'all keep me inspired and motivated to do this work because it's not a work. It's a labor of love, but it shouldn't have to be as laborious as it is. You know, it don't have to be as taxing and as laborious.
No,
You
the
know,
only reason why
as a
it's taxing is
coach,
because we're trying to
when I
get
used
money.
to coach, when I said it, you know, I said it's something that I got from my ancient ones. It was like if everybody do a little bit, nobody got to do a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. When you had them position, everybody trying to do everything by themselves. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. You're not supposed to be doing everything by yourself, homie. See, I thought it was about to be finished. You keep disappearing on me. Well, yeah, you're not supposed to be doing everything by yourself. And that's what I also like about the Cosmic Nobody's Convention is the constellation, like, you know, the stars come together and they align, people have aligned the first year and they still, doing business today, they still in alignment with today. They friends, they be talking to each other and all that stuff. Some people got together. It was some couples that was made out of the Cosmic Nobody's Convention, Like I really love to see everybody align and stuff. It's a beautiful time.
I ain't go nowhere. I'm right
I was
here.
like, where you go?
all 75 of my chakras is right here. Okay.
Ashe. Yeah, I think it becomes taxing when we start using their ancestral dollars. We need to start using our own ancestral dollars and start making these people do a money exchange when they come into our spaces. And that's another important thing about land. We need to collectively start buying acres upon acres of land. And you don't really got to buy it. As I learn that shit, I'll be able to teach that too. But for now, if like a group of y'all come together, y'all be having thousands of followers and subscribers. If everybody give you $10, you could buy land. You could buy a few acres of land. But these people playing. They rather buy $40
on nobody's land. On nobody's land. Look, we're getting in nobody's universe. We're gonna build a whole universe. Look,
that's the goal.
The nobody's universe. We start with nobody's university and then we go to nobody's universe. From the university to the universe. Okay. We unified in mind and thought and application. So
that's the goal. I'm trying to start the school situation too. I want to start a school. We got the ministry starting, Nobody Sunday service.
I'm good for a sermon. Yeah. Reverend Nobody, come on up here.
Come through, Reverend Knowledge.
Reverend Nobody Knowledge.
Come through. We be on Sunday service. That's a late night joint on Sundays.
The chakra service, Get a shot to your rise. Get a shot to your rise. Come on now. Yeah, but we about to go.
All right.
I'm thankful for you, and I look forward to the rest of the nominees coming through. This is the nominees series. I gotta go somewhere and get interviewed. I'm like, how does it feel to be nominated? I was like, yeah, I got nominated. I don't know. No,
yeah. You got nominated for like 3 things. Don't do that.
Hey, old man of the year. Young man of the year. So we about to go. All right. Peace, y'all.
The black woman's alive.
American justice, including the return of the cop killer, Joanne Jessamine.
Flashback to the Turnpike 73. Cop shot on the floor. Who's the culprit aside of Shakur? First they attacked the Panthers. They dropped COINTELPRO papers with all these questions and then subtract the answers. These females think they got it hard and result of dancing. Imagine being America's most wanted like Charles Manson. The epitome of a goddess, facing a murder rap, railroaded on all the charges. First they took her freedom in the hospital, shot up, still bleeding. Took her to the precinct for a lineup. Your Honor, wasn't interested in the facts, just the fact that the officer was white and she was black. When the trial was a wrap, she was pregnant by a co-defendant. They put the gun to her stomach while a baby in it. Don't need another leader, they ain't wanna feed her. Hoping she miscarried, that was the pig's manners. All along she had another plan. Showed the strength of a queen that's from the motherland. All praises, she ended up in Cuba, no extradition. Black woman, you need to listen. Yeah. The black woman's alive. The black woman's alive. The black woman's alive.
Every time I went delving deeper into the history of African people and the history of the world, which is the history of African people, I always went into the black woman. There was no way to get around the black woman in this whole process.
The black woman is God. She birthed man like blackness through the stars. When the creator made her, a portal opened in time. Now we manifest reality through a womb that's divine. It was prophesied that birth she'd be a leader. Umbilical, wrapped around her neck, call her Nsinga. Queen of Ndoga, queen of Matamba, kingdom of Mbundu, people of Angola. Ruler like a father, she serious with the combat. Slavery was poppin', she made the Portuguese fall back. Play it like she can, she bring it to where you all at. Turned the servant into a throne so she could talk facts. Pressure made her brother commit suicide. That's when she stepped up like it's do or die. Whatever to unify, never deal with cowards do. Mover of the generals, the black woman is powerful.
Yeah. The black woman's alive. 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 Yeah. The black woman's alive. The black woman's alive. The black woman's alive.
Now, I'm sure that most of you know the old story about the astronaut
The black woman's alive.
who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes. And so they said to him, well, what about God? And he said,
Hey, Sunshine Monie with the affirmations to enjoy your day with Sunshine Monie. You are listening to Shock Music. I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls that drift in indigo. I made some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel intention. I'm remixing declensions before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Bring Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that call to the vexers. I applaud the protectors. I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Enoch 7 prophet, move like the four winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school. So I move with a Bob Slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses and faces on public is real frisky. Touche.
You are listening to chakra music.
Mask off.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them that in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? So no more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.